Okay, Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Assalamualaikum.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I hope you've been doing good. Okay,
Okay, thank you so much for having us and agreeing to being interviewed. We really appreciate your effort in having time for this interview.
Yeah, thank you for coming by and taking time to talk to me this morning.
sure, Doctor. Okay, my name is Najib and this is my friend, Hanna Norizan. Okay, we are final year students of Bachelor in Arts, English for Professional at SoLLaT. We will be graduating soon and we wanted to listen to our Dean's view about the school and our program, EFE program itself. Okay, this is the first interview in a series and we decided to start with the Dean first. By the way, Prof, we hope it's not too late for us to congratulate you on your appointment as the Dean of SoLLaT for the second term.
Thank you so much.
Okay, maybe we can start with a brief introduction about you first, Prof. Like, how long have you been in USM? What is your area of expertise and so on? We want to know more about you first.
Right. Okay, to begin with, I would like to thank English for Professionals for coming to talk to me. And I have a long history at University Science Malaysia.
Okay.
Yeah, I first joined USM at Center for Languages and Translation in 1989.
1999.
Yeah, so come July 2022, it will be my 33 years.
Oh, I see.
That's quite a long time.
Yeah, so I think I'm older than both of you.
Yeah, you are way older compared to us. So, during the first time you became a lecturer here, you enter with a degree or with a master?
Right. Well, a very interesting question.
Yeah, because I'm just curious about that.
Right. Yeah. Because during my academics, I went to United States of America for my BA as well as MA.
Okay.
So when I came back, I was supposed to teach at school, secondary school. So when I joined the school, the headmaster said, "You are overqualified." So he advised me to join university.
That's
So
very good
then I
advice.
applied, to work at USM, also as a language teacher. Yeah, and then the university discovered that I should go and further my study. So that's when I left the university and continued doing my PhD.
I see.
Yeah, so when I came back with PhD, I started teaching the degree program. Yeah, that time it was called English Language and Literature Studies. ELLS, and now at the School of Humanities.
Right. So, if you don't mind, may I know what program did you do in the States?
It was called TESOL.
TESOL. So basically, it's TESOL lah, teaching English.
Yes.
Okay.
You mentioned being here for 33 years, was it?
Yes.
Do you see any differences between when you first started here and what it's like now at USM?
Right. Okay, like I mentioned, I started as a language teacher. So mainly I taught English language to the students, like spoken English, general English, management English, many other English courses that are available now at the school.
The LSP subjects.
LSP.
Yeah, correct. Then when I was sent for my PhD studies, I started to go into a more specific area, which is linguistics.
Linguistics.
So that's how I started researching on sociolinguistics. Starting with language attitudes, and of course when I came back, I did more than language attitudes and started working on language maintenance and shift, indigenous languages, and many more. So it is a very interesting experience for me. Because starting as a language teacher, and I got the opportunity to become a lecturer. Until now, I managed to go through all the hurdles. Starting as a language teacher and now as a professor. At the school.
Your progression of your career is quite interesting. Actually.
Professor as well as a dean of the school.
It's very impressive.
So you mentioned about the experience that you get. Is there any, as an educator for almost 33 years, is there any unforgettable moments? Maybe a happy ones or maybe a really bad experience?
Anything that can
Yeah,
add to your years.
unforgettable.
Yes, anything unforgettable memories as like a dean or anything.
Right. A lot of memories.
The teacher years here.
Yeah, it can be said bittersweet memories. Both interesting, sad, happy moments. With the staff as well as the students. When I became a lecturer, I started teaching senior students.
Okay.
They were teachers from the schools, from the primary schools. These teachers did not get education when they started as teachers. They got certificates, to teach English. Then the ministry started the program to graduate teachers, English language teachers at schools. So then ELS was started as a degree program, and we received many mature students, English teachers from Peninsula, Sabah, Sarawak. And of course, English teachers they are very vocal. They like to talk. They like to criticize, complain and whatnot. So at first I was shocked. Oh no, I will have these students, for the next 3 years. What I'm going to do, blah blah blah. But then at the same time, I got my colleagues who were senior lecturers as well. So they started sharing their experiences. They started, telling me what to do, how to deal with the students and all. And then I starting to enjoy my job as a lecturer, and also becoming friends with all these English teachers. And that went for quite some time, about many years, I would say. Then the program was moved to the School of Humanities. So after a few years there, no more intake of senior or mature students from the schools, but rather taking students from UPU. So we got fresh students who joined ELS program then. So there was a difference.
So it meant before this, we take on mature students as in teachers.
Who have had prior experience before joining.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's really interesting actually.
Not only the ELS program, but also TESOL program and education. They also took in mature students, teachers as well. So that's why I said for many years I used to teach mature students. And like I said, they're just like friends, sharing problems.
Because I bet you will be almost the same age as them, right?
Yes. Some even older than me.
I see.
But like I said, it was really an interesting experience. So coming to fresh students from UPU, it was totally a different scenario.
Yes.
I
can only imagine.
Back then, they were young. Their vision is totally different from these mature students. Another challenge, I would say.
Alright.
Okay. So we've gotten to know more about you, which was amazing. So can you share a little bit more about the school and the history, as well as the BA EFP program with us?
Right. Thank you for the question. Like I mentioned earlier, I started with the Center for Languages and Translation. So back then, mainly the function is similar. Like today, the center used to teach language proficiency courses, English, Malay, foreign languages. Then the center started to plan for degree programs, where we had 2 degree programs. ELS and also translation interpretation, or popularly known as BATI. So both programs were transferred to the School of Humanities. So when the 2 programs were transferred there, we lecturers from the school also were transferred to the School of Humanities. So what left behind were teachers, language teachers. So they continued teaching language courses until the center was upgraded to a school. If I'm not mistaken, in 2008, when Professor Dr. Mikapati became the dean. So then a new program called English for Professionals was offered right? So it has been around for quite some time now, with different groups of students graduating from the program. I would say it is a very interesting program, different from the program that I used to teach. In ELS program. So EFP, in short, prepares students for their workplace. So you learn about the subject and the content that will prepare you how to function as a successful, I would say, worker at your workplace. Of course, your major is English, but you know how to use English language in various domains or situations. Whether it's English for law, English for advertisement, English for writing, and many more. So it is easy for you to gain employment in the future.
I remember coming here as a student. I'm like, what is SoLLaT actually? At first, I wasn't really sure of what the program could offer. But then when I checked the courses and what it did offer, it was quite a comprehensive list of courses. So I was very impressed when I actually knew what EFP was about. So
even when I checked with the seniors, like most of them, they managed to get a job. And it's not a small company. Some of them even get a job in Google, in TikTok,
international companies.
And it means our course EFP itself prepare the students to be more comprehensive, not just from the subject, but from how they speak as well during the interview. So I think we are very grateful to actually study this.
Yes. I always tell the students, your degree is not the end of your day. The degree is the starting point for you to develop your career and your profession in the future. So it can be any degree, English language, geography, and whatnot, but it will prepare you to become a good worker in the future. Provided that you should spend your time at the university to learn a lot more. The skills, the knowledge, and the rest.
Thank you, Doctor, for the advice.
I have another question. You've been in ELS and also Bati, right? You've gone through all that. Can you tell us what's the biggest difference between EFP and those two other programs?
Right. Something that I miss, doing at humanities, teaching ELS program, is to teach linguistic courses. Because it is heavy on the linguistic component as well as literature component. Whereas it's not here in the EFP program. So in the ELS program, I used to teach morphology, sociolinguistics, phonology, phonetics, and all the other linguistic courses. But here mainly I'm teaching the third year students. Oral communication for social and occupational purposes. And the other one is scientific, technical, and web-based writing. So totally different. Initially, of course, I had difficulties. Oh no, this is not something that I used to do. So I had to read up, look at what other lecturers have done, so that I will be able to share my knowledge as well as experiences with the students. And I enjoyed, especially when it comes to website development. You have gone through it.
It was
So
quite
you
a fun
have a lot
project.
of creativity, potential among the students to develop their website, because you know the language and you use it for that particular purpose. And now this semester I'm teaching oral communication. The same thing. It's not only about public speaking, but it has got to do with how you use language at the workplace as well. All right. Thank you,
Prof.
that.
Thank you for your answer. And now let's move on to the topic of online classes. As we all know, because of COVID, we move on to a new way of doing things, and even for classes, everything is online. So, in your opinion, what will happen to face-to-face lectures, face-to-face online, especially for our school? And do you prefer online mode more or face-to-face class, or maybe even hybrid?
Well, yeah, COVID-19, changed the world,
Yes.
right? So it is the biggest turning point from teaching traditionally in the classrooms to teaching using technology.
Yeah.
Of course, in the beginning, I myself struggled how to, use WebEx and
Yes.
other platforms and how to do this, how to do that. Yeah. And up to a point where I decided not to do the, online classes, but just shared the PowerPoints only.
I see.
But after that, I became more comfortable and, used WebEx, used recordings and whatnot. So it is something that not only me, but other teachers, other lecturers also have gone through. So something good, I would say. But considering the nature of the program, language courses, English language majors, we cannot totally rely on technology for the learning and teaching aspects. We need to have a combination. So I agree with you, hybrid could be a choice in the future. We can have face-to-face classes and also online classes. So that would expose teachers and students to the different mode of teaching and learning. Right. Sometimes all of us are very busy. We can't meet. So the best is to go online or to have the asynchronous or the recording materials. But when there are topics that require face-to-face interactions, then we should meet and talk about it. And furthermore, when you teach language, you need to see the body language, the verbal as well as non-verbal aspects of communication. So we miss that using WebEx or other online platforms because students switched off their video, so we couldn't see what
they
are
mute
doing.
themselves.
Yes, that's right.
But I totally agree with you, Prof. And just not about classes, but about presentation as well. Because nowadays, when we are presenting, just the upper body of our,
yes.
we won't be there, fully there. Some even wear kain plekat. Even me, sometimes I wear kain plekat, but on the top is formal attire. So we do need that kind of experience even during our study, because at the end of the day, when we be working, we be presenting our ideas to the CEO, to our bosses.
So when it comes to presentation, it should be formal actually. Not only in your language but also in your appearance. Your attire, your dressing, your hairstyle, shoes and the rest. So with WebEx presentation, like you said, we cannot see that. Topmost you look formal, but the rest we couldn't see. So I guess the same with lecturers as well. When they conduct online classes, they could be wearing something formal where students can see, but the rest we don't know.
True.
There's also recorded presentations, and it's totally different from live presentations. You record how many takes, and then you finally find one that's like good enough to be sent in.
Right.
Okay. Now, Prof, in terms of students returning to campus, especially our school, do you think by next semester we'll be able to call all our students from first year, second year, and third year to come back?
I think this is the most important question that everybody will be asking, both lecturers and students. As you know, for the past 2 semesters, USM has called back students, especially those who have lab work, studio work, and require their presence to be on campus. And other universities also have called back their students. So USM might do that also in the future. In fact, we have been given the permission to have around 70% up to 100% students returning to campus. There shouldn't be any problem with that. But USM is very careful in terms of calling 100% students to come back. In terms of accommodation, space, classrooms, and all that. And what happened if another pandemic occurs? They will be problematic to send students back. So at the moment, we still practice like 50 to 60% students only on campus.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but coming the new year 2023, I think more students will be on campus, and until one day where we go back to the traditional way of teaching.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
it will happen that way. But I guess as a university, we should decide whether we want to go back to the conventional traditional teaching or to have what we have now, hybrid mode of teaching. Yeah, like I said earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you think what can we expect from the new normal? Because now students, some of us are on campus, but we're not going to classes yet as EFP students. So, if there is a possibility of students being able to go to physical classes, what do you think is going to be some of the changes?
Right. So even though you are able to go to classes in the future, it may not be all classes to be held face to face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hybrid. So there are classes that maybe you need to follow them online only. Yeah. Like tutorials, for instance, you may not be meeting your lecturers and friends face to face in classrooms. It can be done online.
Yeah.
Just for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe for lectures, 2-hour lecture, we can meet face to face.
I see.
And also depending on the topics that we are focusing on. Yeah. So I guess slowly we will try to do this mix of face to face as well as online teaching and learning. When it comes to a situation where everybody is safe, the situation is safe, then we will go back to 100% face-to-face classes. Yeah.
Okay, Prof. Thank you for your answer. So right now we want to ask about challenging situation during online classes because as we know, almost 2 years, right?
Yes,
yeah,
almost
we
2
go
years.
through online classes,
Even though
especially
it feels longer.
especially for our school.
Right.
So,
right.
is there any challenging situation that happened during the online mode that you would like to share with us in terms of maybe student attendance,
Their performance,
or
anything else that you can think of?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. A lot of challenges as well. Yeah, doing online classes. Like I am quite strict with attendance. Yeah, when we have face-to-face classes, we can see how many students in the classroom, so we can take their attendance there and then. Yeah, immediately. But with online classes, when I mentioned students are not switching on their camera, we do not know what actually they are doing. Are they there following the lecture, or they just log in and then come back later to log out of the lecture? Yeah, because I noticed that at the end of each lecture, there will be about 20 or 30 students who are still there, even though we have ended
maybe they are still sleeping.
Yes. So we do not know. Yeah, and of course, being at home while following classes, some parents may not understand the situation that their children are following classes online. They thought that their children are in the room, so why not call so and so to come and help? In the kitchen, or go to the shop, or fetch the siblings. Things like that happen. So it is beyond our control. So that's why it is better to have students on campus. Whether we have online classes or face-to-face classes. So if we have online classes, they can join the classes from wherever they are. The library, the cafe, the hostel. And then when they have to come to the classes face-to-face, they will come to the classrooms and lecture halls.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof. Okay, so before coming back to you, you mentioned that your area of expertise is sociolinguistics. So I think that's a very interesting and one of the key areas of language of teaching and learning. But can you enlighten us a bit more about that area? I think we want to know, in case we want to go into that field. Because we never know in the future what we might want to do.
Yes.
So if you can share a bit more.
So as you are aware, linguistic studies is very broad. There are many areas that you can venture into. If you like phonetics, phonology, discourse analysis, pragmatics, syntax, grammar, and many more. So I chose to study sociolinguistics because I think it is very interesting. It is about language and society, how we use language. And especially we are in a multilingual country. People speak many languages. People have different cultures. It is very interesting to observe and to find out how they use language in various situations. So in sociolinguistics, I always refer to Joshua Fishman, the father of sociolinguistics. You might have learned this. So he mentioned about domain of friendship, domain of family, entertainment, work, education, and many more. And we use language differently in these various domains. It could be formal or informal language use. So based on that, I became very interested. And of course, in a multilingual society, we code switch a lot. So this is also something that is very interesting to observe. Why people code switch, where, when, with whom. All this also can be studied, and can be observed, can be written into a paper. So besides that, we also have other groups of speakers who may speak minority languages, like the orang asli, or even Malay minority groups like the Banja people, the Javanese people, the Siamese people up north, and many more. Even we have what we call as Portuguese Creole speakers in Malacca, or Baba Nyonya speakers in Penang and Malacca. So all these should be studied and documented, for future reference, even for our generations, to know that there are many groups of languages available in Malaysia, and very interesting.
So it's an advantage for sociolinguists, especially when they're living in some place, a country that's as multicultural, multilinguistic as Malaysia is. So that's quite interesting.
And I remember, like, the main purpose of language itself is to communicate. So when we go into sociolinguistics, we go much deeper on how do they communicate and everything.
We learn more about the people and the culture itself, not just the language.
Yes. And we know that there are varieties of language. English has the L variety, the H variety, same with other languages, and we need to know when to use these varieties at the right place with the right people.
Okay, thank you, Prof. And now I remember you mentioned that you've been in this field in USM for almost 33 years. If you don't mind, may we know about your retirement? When will be your retirement?
We don't want you to go. We're just curious.
We are just curious.
Right. It's just around the corner.
Oh, okay.
In March 2024.
March 2024.
Less than 2 years.
I see.
I guess it is about 1 year and 9 months, if I'm not mistaken.
So you'll be serving for almost 35 years.
Yes, that's quite a long time.
Yes,
quite a long time. So do you have any plan maybe to continue? As usual, universities will offer, do you want to continue as a contract for 1 year?
Right.
Or are you planning to go for vacation?
Depends. Of course, I guess everyone looks forward to their retirement. Because they want to take a break from whatever that they're doing, teaching, researching, and whatnot. I'm also in that category. I look forward, to take a break, go see the world, travel, spend time doing whatever that I like. So I suppose maybe in the beginning I will enjoy doing that. But after some time, maybe I will get bored and would like to do other things like, coming back to teach, for instance. And of course, what worry me most now is my postgraduate students. My PhD students, I have about 33 of them. So I want to see them at least do their proposal defense, so that I can leave them with other lecturers to continue. So that's my biggest worry, and I would like to at least complete my responsibility in supervising them. Up to a certain extent where they can be independent and do their research on their own.
But with how hard you work and how busy you are, I think you really deserve the break.
Yes. I always envy people, who have retired. They go to this place, that place, and do a lot of things.
1 year and 9 months ago. Okay, so we still have that 1 year and 9 months. But are there any other experts in USM or maybe in the EFP program, other lecturers that you think are suitable or have the capability to take over your place if need be in the future?
Right. Not exactly the same discipline, but I guess those who are doing discourse analysis, pragmatics, cross-cultural communication, these areas are very related to sociolinguistics. So in a way, they can teach, they can do research and continue sociolinguistics, but with their own field of expertise. Not totally different fields.
Okay.
But we do have capable lecturers to replace you, right? In case of retirement.
Yes. Of course, they will have a heavier workload. So we hope to get more staff in the future so that everybody can share the workload and enjoy their work as a lecturer.
Because you did mention you are seeing over 33 PhD students and let's say once you retire, like that 33 students need to be given to someone.
Yes. That's true.
And someone needs to be as capable as you. Okay, Prof, I think we have come to the end of the interview session. We heard a lot about you, about your vision, about your advice, and what is your plan after this. So we thank you very much for your time, and we hope you have a great time, 1 year and 9 months here, and do your best for our school. And at the end of the day, whatever you decide to do after this, I hope you'll be in great health, as well as you really enjoy what you did, what you're going to do.
We really appreciate all your work, and not just as our lecturer, but also as the dean. I think, you've really proven yourself, and I really appreciate, and I think every one of us really do appreciate you as the dean.
Especially when SoLLaT used to have something early. I think it's early this year. Early this year, and we managed to stay as a school.
Shocking news, but we managed to overcome it with you at the helm of the operation.
Right. So from me, thank you so much again, for coming here and talking to me and to know about me. I'm very grateful and honoured to have you here today. Thank you very much, and good luck for your final semester, and hope to see you in your graduation later in the year.
Okay, thank you, Prof. We really need your prayers. Alright, thank you.